In today's video, the Brooklyn Nets have 4 players that have tested positive for coronavirus. One of them is Kevin Durant himself. That's on today's Half Court Report. How's it going, everybody? My name is Troy. This is the Half Court Report channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have more reports of positive coronavirus tests. We knew they were coming, and they are coming in a big way. This time, the Brooklyn Nets are impacted with 4 players, and the biggest name yet to come out, Kevin Durant. First, though, if you like the NBA, and hey, we got nothing else to do during this time, there's no games to watch, so you might as well watch NBA YouTube, specifically the Half Court Report. I would love it. Please do consider dropping a like on this video, subscribe to, likes, comments, subscriptions. They all help me out a lot. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of March, and with your help, we can do it. So would appreciate any support. Also, have a Twitter account as well, so follow the Half Court Report on Twitter at Half Court Report. Okay, so it's only been a little over a week since Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz tested positive for coronavirus. So we all remember what happened last Wednesday evening. Utah was set to play the Oklahoma City Thunder, and literally just like minutes, seconds even before tip-off, the doctor from the back runs out and the game is put on hold because they're like, okay, well, a player is sick. Let's see how the best way to proceed is. Well, it turns out it was Rudy Gobert, and he has a positive case for coronavirus. So it was just kind of like a snowball after that. That game was postponed. Then it came out that other games that evening were going to be postponed. It came out that the NBA is just suspending the season for the foreseeable future. Then it was 30 days, and now it's looking like maybe sometime in July or August we may see some games, and even those games are going to be without fans. Then the next day comes out that Rudy Gobert's teammate, Donovan Mitchell, also testing positive for coronavirus. And that did cause some dissension within the Utah Jazz locker room. You know, there were reports that Mitchell was upset at Gobert, especially when it came out that Gobert had kind of mocked the entire scenario before he was tested by touching all of the microphones that the reporters had out in the media lounge. But he since apologized for that. Apparently Donovan Mitchell and Gobert are back on, semi-good terms again, so that's good. So now both Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert are quarantined. They seem to be doing all right, and they are on the path to recovery. Since then, though, teams have been testing players, and anyone who came in contact with players like Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell or just the Utah Jazz as a whole, those players were tested. The Toronto Raptors came out and said their whole team was tested. So then you had the teams playing other teams. They were all tested, so it kind of overlaps. And just basically everybody is fearful of what's going to happen. People are getting tested. Then a few days ago, Christian Wood, forward of the Detroit Pistons, he comes out and says that he too is positive with coronavirus. He's a strong up-and-coming player. Detroit had previously played Utah, so potentially he got the virus when he was playing against Rudy Gobert. Again, we don't really know exactly, but we do know the common denominator is both of those players have coronavirus. So now the latest news has come out, and it is not necessarily a huge surprise, especially when you consider that these players who have now tested positive play for Brooklyn, and New York City is just really a hotbed for COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. The only thing is we just have not seen it impact so many players at one time or so many players from one particular team because before now it was just Gobert and Mitchell on Utah. Now we have 4 Nets players. So the way the Nets did it, they had a private company come in and administer the tests. Of those players who have tested positive, we know that one of them is NBA superstar Kevin Durant. We know that he didn't get it in a game this season because he's been injured all year with his ruptured Achilles. But it's entirely possible that one of his teammates who was playing in a game that had another infected player passed it on to Durant, passed it on to the other teammates. That's definitely a possibility, but we don't know for certain right now. We also don't know who the other 3 players are. Naturally, my first inclination was to assume that 2 of the players would be Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Jordan, because those guys all signed with the Nets in the offseason. All 3 of them are really close. They're buddies. They hang out a lot. So it's easy to assume those 3, since they are so close, would have passed the virus back and forth between the other. As far as the 4th player, we don't know who that is, and it's just, again, an assumption that Irving and DeAndre Jordan are the other 2. Of the 4 players, 3 of them are doing well, not showing any symptoms. Kevin Durant included on that list. 1 player is showing symptoms. The Nets said that he woke up with body aches, and that helped necessitate the test. Good news, though, NBA players are some of the healthiest people in the world for the most part. So young and healthy people are tending to make full recoveries with this. It's just important that those who do have it self-quarantine, that they limit their exposure to others so that they don't infect more people who can then go on and pass the virus to someone else. That's why the quarantine is so important. Even if you test positive but don't have symptoms, that's why these players are quarantining, because they don't want to infect others. So yeah, it's just really bad news that is continuing to get worse. And I would be shocked if more players don't come out also with positive coronavirus tests. I think as the time goes on, as more tests become available, more and more players are going to come out, more and more players are going to say that they have it, and we're going to be keep hearing stories like this and reading news articles like this. So I think it's safe to say we're not going to be seeing the NBA or sports in general for a very long time. And I, for one, I'm not the only one. I'm very sad about that, but we have to do the proper steps in order to eradicate this virus and passing it on to other people and overwhelming our hospitals and healthcare systems. So let me know what you think. Does the NBA need to be doing more about testing its players for coronavirus? What did you think of the KD news? Were you surprised to hear that Durant tested positive even though he wasn't even playing this season? I was pretty shocked by that. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. Also, if you like what you're seeing, if you like NBA videos, do consider subscribing. I'm posting new content all the time, and it's quality content. This is some good stuff that you need to be a part of and you need to be tuned into. As far as subscriptions, I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of the month. Would love it if you could help me out with that. Your support is greatly appreciated. Until next time, my name is Troy. This is the Half Court Report, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, one more thing. Here's some more videos to check out on the Half Court Report channel. I hope you like them, and thanks for watching.